My next adventure brings me to one of Australia's leading tourist parks. Here, we're going to have so much fun! But behind all the excitement and adrenaline of the rides is the Australian wildlife experience. Here, Dreamworld shows you 4 typical environments for Australia: woodlands, wetlands, the rainforest and the desert. As you walk through the 4 terrains, you see the faces of Australia that people fall in love with around the world. People understand the need to protect wildlife, and their tourism dollars all help. So what are the main species that you are involved in protecting here at Dreamworld?
Yeah, well, I term them the furry 4. Say that real fast, that's a tongue twister.
The furry 4.
The furry 4, the furry 4. So that's the wombat, the koala, the Tasmanian devil, and of course, the Queensland bilby.
Right. So how many bilbies have we got in here?
We've got 2. We've got Dawn, named after Dawn Fraser, and Lily.
And it's pretty dark, is that because they're primarily nocturnal?
Yeah, correct. This is a semi-nocturnal house, so it's not a pure nocturnal house.
So part of the bilby program you've got running here is basically also helping keep them in the wild?
Yeah, correct. The recovery program that we're part of, it's a collaborative project between the Queensland Government and Save the Bilby Fund and Dreamworld, and we're captive breeding bilbies for release back into a predator-proof fence out at Currawinya, which is 12 hours drive away.
So apart from the bilbies, what are some of the other species that you guys are working with here at Dreamworld?
We work collaboratively with University of Queensland for koala artificial insemination project, and across the collaborative effort we've bred 32 babies in the last number of years. It's the only marsupial that has a successful artificial insemination program.
Here's your patient.
Yes, ma'am.
With so many animals in care here, Vet Veer has his hands full. We have the Tassie Devils, just like me. I'm a little Tassie Devil. And this is another one of the furry 4. Where is he? Oh, there he is. He's just over here. And these guys in Tassie are having a really hard time at the moment because of a facial tumour that's gone rampant through the populations in Tasmania. So what you've got here, is this a security population you've got here, Tina?
He is part of that, yeah, definitely. He's
And
straight from Tasmania, from Cradle Mountain.
And how many Tassie Devils do you have here?
Just the 2 at the moment. We've got Spiller and we've got Mario out the back.
So he'd be at the breeding age now.
Yeah, he'd be prime. So when we get some girls in for him to hopefully make some babies with, it'd be perfect.
You'll have your hands full.
Yeah, hopefully.
You'll have lots of little Tassie Devils running around.
Yeah,
Devils everywhere. Part of the beauty here is you can mix with your great Aussie wildlife, like these gorgeous little characters here. And you can get to touch and feel what these animals look like. And for the kids, it's just such a wonderful experience. Are you hungry? I'm getting a little nibble right now by the biggest bird of prey in Australia, the beautiful wedge-tailed eagle.
She was actually a wild eagle. Someone stole her from the wild, and unfortunately they mistreated her, and they pulled her feathers out once her primary feathers started to grow, and of course that's caused damage.
No?
And she was taken into wild care for about 14 months and then onto Dreamworld. So she's been with us now for about 10 years, and she's the most beautiful bird you could ever come across. I guess what we're trying to get across to our guests and the public is please don't take wild animals into captivity. They need to be out there in the wild.
education and awareness is a big part of what we do here. I suppose that education and awareness contributes to people understanding and appreciating our native flora and fauna, which hopefully we're changing the attitudes and behaviours of people that come to Dreamworld.
And one conservation program I could not wait to participate in would get me up close and personal with Dreamworld's beautiful tigers. My first encounter was to walk beside a tiger. This is very special. To get this close to a big cat like this is a luxury, and to have an animal that is used to people, they really have to grow up as little cubs in this environment.
And you can see he doesn't get on with Kato, he's just across the moat there.
Males competing for territories, competing for females.
Yeah, exactly. Females, the same thing. Female tigers don't get on it.
So the girls can be a bit catty.
Yeah, they can be just as bad, and not just at each other, but at the males as well.
Yeah.
Down this way.
My next experience would take me behind the scenes with the trainers onto Tiger Island, where I would get to meet Mohan. So what breed of tiger have we got here?
He's a Bengal tiger as well.
Yeah.
And the Bengal tiger is the only cat that comes with this colour variation, the white or that in-between colour of rums.
These guys are amazing. They're so big you don't realise how big the cats are till you get right up next to them.
Yeah, he's not our biggest. He's about 180 kilos, similar size to Rama.
So is Dreamworld involved with programs with these cats outside this park?
We have raised in the last 8 to 10 years over $1 million, and that money's gone to organisations in India, Sumatra and Russia, mostly involved in anti-poaching patrols and that sort of thing. So because we handle them, that's where we've raised so much money through our guest walks, our guest photo experience and also our cub experiences.
So where are these guys' habitat? Where do they live?
Bengal tigers, native to India, Bangladesh, those sorts of areas, but tigers are found throughout Asia, so over from China, Russia, Sumatra.
And what's the thing that's probably the biggest threat to them?
Biggest threat at the moment is habitat destruction, also poaching, and that's not just poaching directly of tigers, but poaching of their prey source. So by protecting tigers and their habitat, we're actually protecting countless others of animal as well.
So how rare are these guys?
They are rare. They're listed as endangered. There's about 12 to 1,500 Bengal tigers left in the wild, but of all the subspecies combined in the wild, there's only about 4,000.
So are you guys also involved in breeding programs to help their numbers get up in captivity? Do you release these back?
We are, no. There's no release program for tigers, and that's simply because of a lack of habitat for those tigers that are there. So introducing new tigers is going to cause more problem for those cats. But we're involved in the Sumatran breeding program, so our younger cats that you may see out here today are all involved in that program, and they'll be heading off to other facilities as they get older for breeding purposes, and that just maintains that genetic diversity in the captive breeding program.
Is he gnawing on something there to keep him distracted from us?
No, Mohan's, these logs, you can see we've got them around the place, and any of the trees, the cats do get into them, quite scent oriented, so they like the scents.
And are these guys protected?
They are supposedly protected,
yeah.
But because they are found throughout Asia, a lot of the countries there are third world, they're developing countries, so governments in those situations are more interested in developing and less interested in conserving habitat, so it's a big battle.
And did this guy come through your breeding program?
He actually came to us from the United States when he was 6 months old, and he has bred 4 of the cats that are here.
So he's the big daddy.
He is the big daddy, and he sometimes behaves like that as well.
Gentlemen, girls and boys, and welcome to Tiger Island for our first behavioural presentation for the day. My name is Keith.
But everybody that walks through the doors of Dreamworld can see the tigers in action and see the unique bonds between man and beast.
We're doing that series of jumps for us here this afternoon. And there you go, much quicker this time.
And that the best thing about this place. You can have all the excitement of the theme park, but then you can come here and experience this, our wonderful wildlife, and also know that conservation here is in action to look after guys like this, our purebred dingoes. Hello, beautiful. Oh, thanks for the kisses.